Alright, let's make a funky wah sound. This one's going to be a little bit more complicated, so again I'm going to go up to Instruments and just drag in a fresh wavetable so that we can again start from scratch. That's just a good way to kind of zero out all your settings. So for this one it says oscillator 1 somewhere between sawtooth and square. So you can choose, it's anywhere between these top two. I'm going to put it right in the middle for now. And we can adjust that later and kind of fine tune this sound. We're kind of getting to a place where I'm going to let you have a little bit of freedom in shaping these a little bit. Let's go to your amp envelope settings. The attack should be 0 milliseconds. Decay should be 1 second, so 1000 milliseconds. The sustain is negative infinity again, all the way down. And release is 1.5. Oops. 1.5. There we go. Cool. So we kind of got that. Kind of sounds like the 80s video game sound a little bit right now, but let's mess with it a little bit. Low pass filter. We're going to set to roll off about 300 hertz with 80% resonance. So click on the frequency, type in 300, and then the resonance is going to be set at 80%. And that just creates that nice little peak right there. So you can see it sounds quite a bit different now. Okay, so we got our filter done. Additional settings. So in the matrix, you're going to assign envelope 2 to control filter 1 frequency at 75%. So let's break that down. There's a bunch of stuff to unpack there. So first of all, we got to assign envelope 2 to control filter 1. So how to do that? Envelope 2 is right there, and filter 1 frequency. If you do not see it on the list, which you very well probably don't, how you get a setting to appear on the list is just to click on that knob, right? So we want to control the frequency of filter 1, which is right here. So if I click on that knob, you'll see that that bottom setting there now says filter 1 freak, right? So again, we're going to have envelope 2 control that. So if you just follow that over until you're at envelope 2 right there, and then we want to set that to 75. So I'm going to click on that and type in 75 and hit enter. Okay? So now we've got envelope 2, which is this guy, is going to control that knob, basically. Okay? Now how that works is you can see when this line goes up, that's like turning the knob to the right. It's like turning the knob up. And then when this line goes down, it's like turning the knob down and then holding it there for a while. And then when you let go, the knob finally returns to its resting place. So now we just got to set the settings in this envelope 2 so it does the right thing. So that's where this envelope 2 settings comes in. So attack is going to be 100 milliseconds. So we're going to type in 100. And decay is 500. And sustain is 0%, so all the way down to the bottom. And then release again is 1.5, which is the shortest we can go. Okay, so now it should sound like this. So that's why it's the funky wah, because sounds like it's saying wah, 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 right? Good for funk music. Cool. And again, this is something you can kind of mess around with a little bit if you'd like. Here's some things that you can change. You can change if you're full square, or closer to saw, or in the middle. It's going to have some different tonality there, right? So explore that range. There's some interesting things that happen in that tiny range right there. One other thing that you could mess around with potentially is you could change your attack and decay values. Like I could make this 300 maybe, and it would wah slower because it's taking longer for that attack to turn up the knob, right? So feel free to mess around with the attack and the decay, especially. Those are good things to kind of mess around with. We could have the decay be shorter. Still gonna do some kind of wah, but you're just stretching it out in different ways, right? Cool things to mess around with. Anyway, that is the funky wah. So let's go ahead and name it and save it. So 2-finger tap on there, go to rename. I'm going to call this funky wah. Hit enter, and then to save again, just drag up to your My Sounds folder, which should now have 4 sounds in it. So you're building a library at this point. Congratulations.